Get ready to join the crew of the Straw Hat Pirates and set sail for One Piece. Netflix's anime vault is about to get bigger as one of the most essential series of the genre prepares to make a live-action debut on the platform. But it's only now that we're getting a Netflix adaptation of the insanely popular manga. The streaming platform just confirmed 6 new additions to One Piece. So let's dig into the new casting. Let's start off with Koby, the pink-haired, timid, and chubby boy who later became Luffy's ally, and also his first friend during the Romance Dark arc. He first appeared in Chapter 2 of the manga, but if you've watched the anime, you'll remember him from Episode 1 of the series. His character was a prisoner in the Alvida Pirates, who had appointed him as a caretaker of the ship. But thanks to our lead protagonist, Monkey D. Luffy, aka Straw Hat Luffy, he was soon liberated. And that's how Koby became the first person Luffy befriended on his adventure. The showrunners are bringing in Morgan Davies to play this character on screen. We'll be seeing The Evil Dead Rise star the role of the Marine Captain, who is a member of the Marine Special Forces unit, SWORD. Appearance-wise, Koby grows up to be much thinner and taller. Let's see if Davies can manage to pull it off, both physically and creatively. Up next, we have the first antagonist of the series, Alvida. Like Koby, she too first appeared in the second chapter of the manga, but in the animated series, her character was present since the first episode. The former captain of the Alvida Pirates is more popularly known as Iron Mace, and there's quite a story behind it. Alvida started out in the series as a tall and very obese woman with long, wavy black hair and freckled cheeks. She wasn't your average sexualized anime character, and in the series was considered unappealing. But she saw herself as the most beautiful woman in all of the sea, and if someone didn't agree with her, she would straight up smash them with her Iron Mace. However, later in the series, she turns, well, hot, thanks to the Devil Fruit. After Alvida eats the fruit, she sheds all of her excess weight and trades in her plaid shirt for a bikini top. Her entire appearance changes with the exception of her black wavy hair. Ilia Isarelli will be playing the role of the fearless female pirate. You might remember her from The Sex Lives of College Girls and Netflix's Me Time. However, it remains to be seen whether showrunners will stick to the transformation storyline or forego it altogether in the upcoming live-action series. If they do decide to stay true to the manga, the show could face some serious backlash from the audience. Guess we'll have to wait and see how they feature Alvida's character. Action Point's blonde-haired, blue-eyed Aiden Scott will also be joining the popular One Piece series as Lieutenant Commander Helmeppo. The character first debuted in the manga much later than our 2 previous characters in Chapter 3, whereas he appeared in the anime by the second episode. This Marine officer in the series is obnoxious, flashy, and spoiled thanks to his father, ex-Marine Captain Axe Hand Morgan. As a civilian, he would use his father's rank to exploit just about anyone to get his way. Dressed in showy leisure suits with his bizarre mushroom-shaped hairstyle, Helmeppo seems like the character you're gonna hate, but you might just want to give him a chance. Later in the series, after his father is eventually kicked out and executed, he grows to be braver and far less of a spoiled brat. He even ends up becoming friends with Koby, and they both rise in the ranks together. Talk about a strong character arc. But Helmeppo doesn't mature until the events of Water 7, which means you might have to deal with his self-entitled version in the Netflix series. Next, Jeff Ward as Buggy. You might know Jeff Ward from his role in Netflix's brand new Cherry Flavor as Bad Boy Roy Hardaway. In the One Piece live-action series, he'll be embodying Buggy the Star Clown. This odd pirate was first introduced way later in the manga in Chapter 9, but he made his debut in the 4th episode of the anime. While all the characters from the One Piece series have an almost bizarre appearance, the clown truly takes it up a notch. The captain of Buggy Pirates is a slim, clown-like blue-haired man who's always plastered in makeup. But what stands out the most in his appearance is the big red nose on his face, which, to everyone's surprise, turned out to be his very real nose. Well, this clown is going to give Luffy a hard time in the series, as the two are essentially rivals. However, during the Impel Down and Marineford arcs, they put their rivalry aside and temporarily become allies. But we're guessing we'll see them as rivals on screen, at least in the beginning of the season. Up next, McKinley Belcher III as Arlong. The large and muscular Arlong debuted much later than all of the previous characters, in both the manga and the anime. Manga readers were introduced to his character in Chapter 69, and he wasn't featured in the anime until episode 31. Looks like Netflix's One Piece might be bringing his character on board a lot earlier. McKinley Belcher III from the popular crime drama / thriller Ozark will be bringing the captain of all Fishmen crew to life. Yep, you heard that right. Arlong is in fact a Straw Shark Fishman. In the original series, he's blue-skinned with gills on both sides of his neck and fin on his nape. But easily, his most distinctive feature is the saw-shaped nose. And how can you forget the glaring sun tattoo that he has on his chest? That is from his days with the Sun Pirates. When it comes to uncanny appearances, Arlong is right next to Buggy. Unnatural looks aside, he had the highest bounty in the East Blue. That's before Luffy eventually defeated him. While you might like McKinley, but you'll definitely hate his character in the upcoming show. Arlong is known for two things: his love for money and his hate for humans. The Fishman believes that his is the more superior species and thus is very cruel to humans throughout the series. Last one of the newcomers list is Troy's Vincent Reagan, who'll be playing the role of Garp, more popularly known as Monkey D. Garp in the series, the tall, tanned, muscular man, is a powerful Marine Vice Admiral, and no, it's not a coincidence that he and Luffy share the same name. In fact, Monkey D. Garp happens to be his paternal grandfather. He looked after Luffy and raised him when he was young before entrusting him to the Dadden family. Weird grandpa, but he did used to visit him there, so we guess he's not all bad. You'll actually see him quite a bit of his grandson in him. Reagan's character is loud, exuberant, odd, but caring. But he's probably a different kind of caring than you thought. Garp believes that throwing children in harsh conditions will make them stronger and doesn't hold back from hitting children to prove a point. Tough love is the way to go for these Gramps. Now another One Piece related news. That was everything we know so far about the newest additions to the cast of the One Piece live reboot. Now on to some other news. Like, when is it finally coming out? Well, Ichiro Oda shared the news back in January 2020, revealing Netflix's involvement in the project, but Oda had announced the production of the live-action series much earlier. In 2017, these things take time, preparations have been slowly progressing behind the scenes, read his announcement. But like every other show and movie, One Piece faced multiple scheduling delays because of the pandemic. According to reports, production was set to start in 2020 August and was supposed to be wrapped up by February 2021. Unfortunately, that didn't work out, pushing the show's release even further. But some behind-the-scenes snaps popped up last year, so we know for sure production has begun on the project. Filming, however, is supposed to begin sometime this month. Lastly, the Straw Hat Pirates. Late last year, the official account of One Piece live adaptation revealed its core cast in a Twitter post. According to Oda himself, an entire team sat down to decide who'll be playing the beloved Straw Hat Pirates, East Blue 5, and after careful consideration, they finally landed on a decision. Iñaki Godoy will be playing the protagonist of the series, Monkey D. Luffy. Joining him in the Straw Hat crew will be Makenyu as Rorona Zoro, Emily Rudd as Nami, Jacob Romero Gibson as Usopp, and Taz Skylar as Sanji. From what we gather, fans seem to be happy with the casting choice. And that wraps up our video for today's folks. What are your expectations for the One Piece's live-action reboot? Will it be able to match the brilliance of the original anime? And are you happy with the casting of the show? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.